Each news time, information is power. Be current. The news headline: Buhari government is secretly planning to kill Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB releases alarm. For the past 5 months, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been in the custody of the Department of State Services, DSS. This was after he was rearrested by the federal government in Kenya and brought back to Nigeria to face the charges leveled against him. As the IPOB leader awaits his fate in court, the secessionist group has not failed to seek for ways to ensure Nnamdi Kanu comes out free. Over the past few months, the IPOB has tried different strategies, including sit-at-home orders, in a bid to fight for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and all to no avail. IPOB has once again made a strong allegation against the President Muhammadu Buhari-led government, saying that the Buhari administration wants to kill Nnamdi Kanu and declare a state of emergency in the southeast. On Friday, IPOB, in a new statement, alleged that the President Muhammadu Buhari-led government is plotting to kill Nnamdi Kanu, and the group made the allegations in a statement by IPOB Media and Publicity Secretary Emma Powerful. According to IPOB, by the time the president's government allegedly kills the IPOB leader, it will proceed to declare a state of emergency in all the 5 states that make up the southeast region. We, the global movement and family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, ably led by our great liberator and prophet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wish to alert Biafrans and entire world about the plans by the wicked and oppressive Fulani-controlled federal government of Nigeria to eliminate our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and declare the state of emergency in the entire southeast and south-south regions of Nigeria. This plan is real and must be taken very serious by everybody. IPOB statement concluded. IPOB also noted that the federal government is allegedly planning to kill their leader because it is not comfortable with the international attention that Nnamdi Kanu's rendition has received. According to IPOB, the present administration is also doing this because of the fate that awaits her at the International Criminal Court (ICC). However, the stakeholders of the Igbos had visited President Muhammadu Buhari at the Abuja High Court, and it means to providing a long-lasting solutions. The issue of secession in the country, President Muhammadu Buhari in the country had actually declared IPOB as a terrorist group, terrorizing the peace of the country as a first step towards curbing secession in the country. Similarly, the president ordered the militant personnel to invade a discovered secret camp suspected to have created by the armed men of IPOB in Olu, local government area of Imo State. The southeastern region of the country, the men fled the camp and since then remained powerless. The last attempt by President Muhammadu Buhari, which restores peace to the unity of the country, is the arrest of the 2 prominent leaders of secessionist group in the southeast and southwest, Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho respectively. The IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu, was arrested in Kenya in his attempt to escape being arrested by Nigerian government, having been declared wanted in Nigeria for threatening the peace of the country through his agitation. They said Nnamdi Kanu remains in Nigeria custody to date, awaiting trial accordingly. Similarly, the popular Oduduwa Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, was also arrested in Benin Republic while trying to escape being arrested by the government. He is currently in the police station of the Benin Republic awaiting trial. Since the arrest of these 2 secessionists, the peace of the country has been restored and there seems not to be any fear of war or violence in the country. They just concluded free and fair election in Anambra State. The southeast region is the testament of the reigning peace of the country. The IPOB, which had earlier made a threat to give no room for any form of election in the state, was nowhere to be found before and during and also after the election. Southeast. The group maintained that the crisis rocking the region is instigated by the actions or inactions of certain forces embedded in the current federal administration in Nigeria. Therefore, it says that any political solution to the crisis is a welcome decision and is no way an interference with the judiciary because the president, through his Attorney General of Federation, instituted the persecution of Nnamdi Kanu. First and foremost, the crisis started when the president refused to accord the Igbo nation the constitutionally mandated and required equity and equality of Nigeria by not considering anybody in the southeast to head any security under his watch. Nobody from the southeast is holding any command or leadership position of a security institution under this current dispensation. The over 60 million Igbo citizens of Nigeria were practically pushed out of Nigeria by Mr. President when he did not trust any Igbo person for appointment of or into any strategic dimension as one of the security chiefs under his government. So, Nnamdi Kanu and his IPOB are just mere manifestation of the deep-seated collective angst of the Igbo nation instigated by marginalization and apartheid policy of President Muhammadu Buhari's exclusionist policies targeted against Igbos. So, it is Mr. President that caused the problem in the first place. So, he should resolve it by releasing Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally and ending the systematic persecution in the High Court of Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu's alleged offences, which is broadcasting through his IPOB radio station in the remote part of London, is not up to 50% of what Nasir El-Rufai or Sheikh Gumi have done and said against Christians and southern Nigeria, but they are free. But Nnamdi Kanu is detained because he is Igbo. Nnamdi Kanu has not done or said half of what Sheikh Ahmad Gumi has done or said in the media, yet he is a free man moving around with security, whereas the other one is still in detention because he is an Igbo man and his life is still threatened. Gumi mingles with terrorists, but he is free. Nnamdi Kanu set up an agitation organization called IPOB to campaign peacefully for self-determination, but he is in detention and his life is under severe threat due to grave conditions under which he is being detained. A statement by Mr. President that releasing Nnamdi Kanu will violate or amount to interference with the judiciary is not correct. That is not correct position of the law. This is because what is going on between Nnamdi Kanu, the government of Muhammadu Buhari and DSS is not prosecution but persecution. Mr. President said if he released Nnamdi Kanu, it should amount to interference of the judiciary. Which judiciary? Is it the judiciary the DSS has taken over or seized the control of? Who goes in or comes out that the federal government executive arm controls the premises and determines who comes in or out that the president is talking about? DSS has already hijacked the Federal High Court, so the executive arm of government under President Muhammadu Buhari has already hijacked the judiciary. Lastly, under the Constitution of the Attorney General of the Federation, who begins an action can terminate it at any time based on public interest. So they should release Nnamdi Kanu immediately because of the public interest, equity, justice, fairness, and equality of citizenship. If Gumi and El-Rufai, who admitted paying armed Fulani militia to stop killing Christians and Gumi, who defend terrorists, are free, why detain Nnamdi Kanu? The Human Rights Association of Nigeria said in a statement signed by Emmanuel Uwumbiku, its national coordinator, and made available to Daily Post on Friday. Thanks for listening.